Hey, hello, welcome to my YouTube channel Tech Grantha. So, already we are discussing about the load runner tutorial. So, today we are going to discuss about load runner tutorial for the lecture number 12. There we will discuss how can we create the dynamic transactions, and we will understand what the use of the dynamic transaction creation. So, before we'll go on the next lectures, so this is the topics like which we covered on the load runner till now, total 11 videos lecture. So if anyone missed those lectures, so just go on the description box, there I will share the link of the playlist also. Otherwise you can directly just go on the channel, and there you can also find out the load runner tutorial playlist. Okay, so now what the main requirement is there. Suppose the client told to us like we have the two type of flights, okay, domestic and international, and there suppose we want to test like the 100 time of the search domestic flights and 100 times we want to search the international flights. Now the problem is there, we need to find out the response time for the both, how much response time will be for the domestic flights and how much response time for the international flight. Okay, so I will show on the example so you can easily understand what the exact problem is there. But the solution to handle the situation is like we need to create the dynamic transaction, and then we can easily find out the how much response time is coming for the domestic and how much comes for the international. Okay, so now we will see the demo. So suppose that is the scripts which we already doing from the Blaze application. So what earlier we was doing there, we are just opening the launch page, then we are finding the flight. Okay, so when we are finding the flights, now what we want to do, suppose if I just comment that one, and that was the earlier step where we are just finding the flight and then we are doing the next step. Now we want to that steps like 0 to it should be the same throughout, but on the find flights it should come as the international and domestic. So what I just did there, we need to create the one parameter name as a flight. There I just give as a domestic and international. Now we need to pass those value there. So what I just did there, just start transaction. Because on the load runner, any of the parameterization value you can't directly send, so you need to evaluate the string. Okay, so just 0 to underscore, it will be the same throughout for all transaction, and there you need to pass the international and domestic, so it should come as the curly braces there. And the same of the last end of the transition case also you need to replace by the same. Okay, now if we will execute the code, then we should go as a 0 to international and 0 to domestic. Then we can easily find out the how many response time and how much response time we are getting for the domestic and international. So first we just go on the runtime settings, and there I'm just giving the transition lights for the two, and then we are executing, and we'll see on the log we are getting 0 2 and the transition name as the international and domestic both are not. So now our script is going for the execution, it is launching the page, then first iteration is going on, then now the second iteration started, that's done. Okay, so now here we need to find out if suppose we just go on the top. Okay, so from the top if you come, it is open app. So now here you can easily see our transition start with a 0 to international. Okay, then you just come down for the second iteration, then you can see there it will start as 0 to international. Okay, so once you will start there, okay, so you can see here the first iteration it is came as a 0 to domestic, and for second iteration it is come as a 0 to international. So that is the way where we can go through the, and here also you can see the 0 to domestic and 0 to international. So that's the way we can change easily the response time for that, and how can we handle the situation for the dynamic transition. So thanks to all, just please share the video, and if any doubt just comment on the comment box. Thanks to all.